Bagnaia and Martin. Jorge Martin said yesterday, Martin is the man to beat right now. The momentum is certainly with the 25-year-old Motogp. Jorge Martin has taken 106. This man,
Moto2. So we're expecting another arm wrestle over the gold medal of world champion around his neck at the end of Jorge Martin. It's fair to say that Bagnaia didn't do an awful lot wrong. Dean's wet weather victory in Japan on the Sunday, I think, told us a lot about Jorge Martin, the this world title from Bagnaia.
Okay, let's cover off quite a very first time, believe it or not, in 2023.
Of course, returning from those 3 broken ribs he sustained in India, spoke to him about that.
Permanent full-time 22 rise in Motogp. Could actually
sneezing, breathing, all hurts when you life. It's the kind of injury that coughing left in Mandalika. Alex Marquez wisely deciding to wait a little bit before he goes out on track.
He's counting down towards the end of what's been such an illustrious and talked about yesterday in an intriguing over to Brazilian Ducati next season. 2 reasons for that.
You need one left out in the cold when the music stops. It's unfortunately Paul Espargaro who's going to have to, is on course to move up as Moto2 world champion despite his...
That's still TBC, but it does look like there'll be 6 more. I've got to say, I was at Paul Espargaro's media debrief yesterday here in Indonesia. Pedro Acosta, for him to have spat the dummy out, throw the toys out the pram, but we certainly hope that it's not the case. But if Augusto Fernandez, Pedro Acosta perhaps stepping up into Motogp, but it doesn't feel like this is the end. Paul Espargaro yesterday, I mean, pure class, what a guy.
Very philosophical.
For this second Grand Prix of Indonesia, which of course adds to the challenge.
Both times coming here, first time.
From their motorsport manager, Piero Taramasso, who was assignment down in pit lane.
He is. Piero, it's been a challenge. Last year, you'd never been here, had to arrive first, but again, you've never been here. So
track, also the layout is very demanding layout, so it's very difficult to combination. It's a special casing, same as we had in India. It's a casing that gives you the riders, teams, they complain about the low grip, low consistency, down compared to what we had last year. It's the same as the last year casing. It's the strongest one extra. It's the backup tire that we can very close. The stone are very close one to the
so India and Japan, I got to do the GoPro, dusty and clean, and it was kind of a vague feeling.
It looks like a Silverstone, for his some dust. Once it's clean, once you have the rubber down, what you actually won't be too high. The only problem will be that...
Yeah, of course, a different scenario this weekend then for Michelin coming into this weekend. 46 boss Pablo Nieto and his crew chief Matteo Flamini, all time that he mustered. That was immediately... Oliveira. Miguel Oliveira then.
And he's been put fairly in the shade in recent rounds by his teammate, hasn't he? The inaugural winner of the Indonesian Grand Prix at the as well. So while one side of the crypto data...
Honda, one of the most successful teams in Grand Prix history, alongside Takanaka going next season. Marco Verstappen is heading out for a second stint on that GP. Simon Craig Bar is with Olivia 46 boss Pablo Nieto.
Yeah, and I've just seen...
Long, so if we have to take some risks, it's better to take tomorrow the risk. And it's amazing because he get the operation 6 days ago, and
body language there, it looked like Luca was telling you that it was difficult to make the bike
tomorrow. So step by step, this is really, really important. It's impossible.
Thank you for your time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Left collarbone fractures. To just quickly pick it up, the next one, Vinales. They confirmed nothing other than being flattered to be linked with
cold water on it, were they? Maverick Vinales, when I asked him flat out about it before now, but there are a number of riders, as you say, throwing their hand to the ring. On the Vera and Vinales, certainly riders that would be switching sides, although it certainly would appear that if he moves across, it would be a great opportunity it would be, and Fabian Antonio certainly feels he's got something to offer. So there are
Japanese money, Idemitsu are the sponsors of that particular project, so they'll be pretty reliable fraction of gear with the movement as well.
It felt as if Marco Bezzecchi was being quite cautious around there, and look, every corner is a voyage of discovery and a fact-finding exercise about he is currently improving. But at the moment, as Bezzecchi does a 34 point.
At the moment, Luca Marini has made ribs at the end of Q1 in India. He's 19th, although Alex Bezzecchi in 17th. Alex Marquez, fresh out behind Miguel Oliveira, and he did set the fastest lap of that wet Grand Prix.
But taking enormous risks to do so, and that's Saxon, of course, with this switch to Rossini Ducati coming, and of course his first test.
He's leaving, as he said, he's stepping out of his comfort zone, dine out on Pascal, and he can't crucially wait for Honda to get themselves out.
They're no longer being paid by Honda next year, so perhaps
of the season.
To take up that spot within Honda and potentially be the rider to lead Honda to make their way back up towards the front again. Don't rule out the possibility of Marc Marquez.
Was even contemplating a sabbatical, taking a year out, and then Ducati next season. They had strength in numbers anyway, didn't they, with the likes of Marco? But
your thoughts on the battle between coming in to that 8-rider Ducati line?
Such a champion with the Ducati bike next year.
Okay, last thing to ask you quickly is rider comments.
Thanks to Davide Tardozzi. That's a great point he makes there, isn't it, about ways to convince Marc Marquez
to the Valencia test, of course. course, Fabio Quartararo for next year. So Fabio Quartararo, who's just become...
We've headed overseas. Aprilia have struggled somewhat. Then to go of this FP1 session here in Indonesia, and Alex Marquez, that is the last thing that Alex lined up in the Ducati scrape on here. A couple of tech updates. What have you spotted down there, Simon?
I think I'm seeing here, you know, seeing the two factory Aprilia. We've got another carbon chassis out of the oven, and guys noticeably for me. I think rather than saying the Aprilia gets better.
Two of Aleix Spargaro's 3 Grand Prix 59 bike of Fabio Gianantonio, and he's doing a very, very good job of selling. The only time around this Mandalika circuit, stays in 7th place. A landscape of this opening practice session here, because on 32 lap of this session then, Martin
at 5-2 quite comfortably, the best we've seen from Lombok. Alex Marquez, another of the walking wounded, who's now walking back out on track as Frankie Morbidelli explores the limits there into
Spargaro this morning.
Oh,
that